And hello, everyone. One more time. This is The Lighter Side with Dr. O, the lighter side on a very heavy topic. And I'm excited today. I'm really excited because I just had a great talk with a gentleman that happens to know a lot about metabolic disease, metabolic syndrome. It's the craziest thing that the whole population of most countries around the world are sick because of what we eat, and we still don't get it. And then there's easy way outs, and there's easy ways outs and not. By the way, I am Dr. Ortiz. I'm a weight loss surgeon. I'm also a metabolic surgeon, and I am a researcher by heart. And I've been doing weight loss surgery for the past 25 years on 25,000 patients. And lo and behold, it's interesting that through weight loss surgery, we have found that not only do patients lose weight, they actually cure all their metabolic disease. What is metabolic disease? You guys know it. I pr- practically say it every day. It's high blood pressure, high blood sugar, sleep apnea, high insulin. It's part of the syndrome is being overweight, the obesity, the circumference of your waist, but a lot of other things that many folks don't know. All the inflammatory states, arthritis, inflammation of the joints of the back, things like chronic diseases, headaches, infertility. There's a ton of things associated to having metabolic syndrome. But anyways, uh, today's episode is all about it's always a good time to become healthy. And that's why today I have a special guest, and my special guest has been through an experience that we're going to let her explain. Stacey Reyes, it's a pleasure having you here with us today.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Ortiz. I'm very happy to be here with you today and to see you again.
Awesome. It's great to see you. You look awesome. How's it going?
It's great. I cannot be happier with my experience from starting with OCC and the process and where I am today, just over 6 months later. And I've made my goal, which 3 days before my 6 month surgery date, which was amazing. And I'm still down a little bit more even from then. And doing all this at my age is what I just am so excited about.
How old are you again?
I had the surgery at 56 and I turned 57 in April.
And you got to your weight loss goal in 6 months.
Yes.
You
80,
overachiever, you.
about
That's
85, yeah, 85 pounds or so. Yeah, and I'm still down a few more pounds since then.
all right. So
So
if somebody would say, "Well, I think I'm too old for it because I'm over 50 years old. I don't even think I'm going to get to my weight loss goal." Uh, that's BS, right?
absolutely. Yeah, and it's just not the weight loss goal. I'm losing the weight. It's just what has become of my life since then, being the activity and now hiking and doing 5 mile hikes. And I tried paddleboarding for the first time this past weekend, and because I'd always wanted to do that, but with the weight and bad knees and such. So there I am at 57 paddleboarding for the first time, which was just really exciting.
Now tell me about before. Uh, had you been considering this, or did the weight creep up? What was the history that led you to deciding upon weight loss surgery?
I've always had to deal with weight, and I've tried for most of my life, and I've tried different things, and I would lose weight. I would lose some weight, but it was the maintaining part, and I would never get to quite where I wanted to be. And I had seen some people who had it done, and I started researching it a few years ago, but I just kept thinking, I can do this on my own. I can do this on my own. And I thought, if I have to do a pre-op diet, then I can just follow that and I'll be fine. But that never happened. So 2 years went by, and I saw my daughter had a small backyard wedding due to COVID. So we didn't get to have the big one, which we are going to have this year. And I saw the pictures. And as I say, pictures don't lie. And that was really the eye-opening moment for me. And I said, I'm absolutely going to do this now. So it led me to you eventually 2 years ago. I hadn't found you, so I'm glad I waited, because I don't know if I would have found you, but I just kept doing more research and I wanted the absolute best. And I knew I wouldn't qualify in the States, but I was still serious enough
Is,
needing to
is it
have it done.
Isn't that crazy that you're not going to qualify?
Yeah.
Now, I remember we spoke. You had bad knees, right? You had
Yes. Yes. I
inflammation.
have bad knees and I don't have that pain anymore. I do have rheumatoid arthritis, and my rheumatologist is very happy with my progress. I'm having a lot less flare ups, less pain in the joints, which has been a huge relief for me.
So everything. I mean, I've always known this. I mean, everything gets better. I have patients that have from Crohn's disease, autoimmune disease, lupus, inflammation, auto inflammation of the joints, all these types of rheumatoid arthritis, all these different chronic diseases get better, improve, or resolve with weight loss surgery. It's dramatic. Now, how do you feel? I mean, I know it's been a journey. Well, what a journey. I mean, you took 6 months to get to your weight loss goal. Tell us about your that journey.
It's amazing. There's times when even in the early part after surgery, that I forgot I even had surgery, because my my post-op, even right after, I felt really good. The day after surgery, I was up walking,
You must have
and
had a great surgeon.
absolutely, absolutely. I think that it does really make all the difference, I think, because I really felt like I didn't have surgery. Until until you try to maybe drink a little bit or slowly start introducing foods. But just the way my body felt overall, it was amazing. And I live in Southern California, so I drove home, and my husband was so nervous, thinking I was going to need all this special care. And I got home and I was like, look, we got to go to Costco. I need to get certain things. We need to get out there and do stuff. And it's just, I was amazed at how great I felt. So it's been a process, and it's just been an ongoing process, doing the different stages and following the guidelines, which is really important. I think you just absolutely have to follow those guidelines. That I was able to get into each stage. I have to say, I have not had a stall at all. I've lost weight every week, and I hear about those stalls, but I don't know. I've just been, I think, just kind of doing it right, eating the healthy foods and following the program. And it's been great.
Tell us about the program. Patients usually, and I hear this all the time. They're always price shopping. Not all of them, but once in a
Mm-hmm.
while, I'm going to get somebody that says, "Why are you more expensive?" I mean, in Mexico, surgery in Mexico is not expensive. Our overhead costs are much lower. Surgery is much lower, so that's usually passed on to the patient. But I find people that are actually trying to push it, and they're trying to save a quick buck, and they end up in these really bad mom and pop shops down here, because that's always happens everywhere, not just in our country, right? There's always these
Right.
opportunistic commercial things that are motivated by financial gain. And so we patients that are part of our OCC family know that they've bought into a program, and it's not just the surgery. The surgery is a tool. Tell us about the program. You're receiving videos almost on a daily basis, right?
Right. Yes. I think, at this point now, past the 6 months, it's a little less, but I was getting daily emails. I was getting phone calls every week. And that was from the beginning, from when starting the extended pre-op. So it doesn't, you're in touch with us right from the beginning and following us through the beginning, the extended pre-op, doing our supplements, our protein, and it's just great to have access to that. And then following the surgery, kind of what to expect. Every day I would get an email, and it would kind of let me know where I'm at in the journey and what I should be expecting. And then I'd get those phone calls weekly, just again checking in on us and if we have any issues and concerns. And that's, I think, a really nice option to have. Not even an option, it's just what happens. I just love having that and knowing that I can reach out to someone if necessary. I can look back at those videos and those emails if I had a question, and keep those coming in, and that someone's always available to answer any questions. Especially Lucia, the nutritionist, is great. She's wonderful to reach out to and get answers if there's something,
Yeah, she's got a whole team. It's
questions.
actually four nutritionists that are behind all the videos and emails and just the follow up. So one of the basic things. I get questions online, and one of the biggest questions I get is that, well, I'm older, so my metabolism is very slow, so probably I won't do as well, and I'm not going to lose that much weight. That's one of the questions I get. With you, uh, did you think your metabolism was kind of slow back then, and was it a surprise all the weight you lost and how
Yeah,
fast you did it?
absolutely. I was surprised at how quick it was coming off after I had the surgery. I kind of felt my body wanted to be at a particular point and really didn't want to get, it was going to be tough to get the weight off. But the extended pre-op and pre-op, I lost 22 pounds there. And I was really laser focused on that during the whole pre-op time. You know, I see people talk about or saying, did you cheat on pre-op? Is it going to be a problem if I cheat? And I I just said I didn't. I don't recommend it. There's a lot of reasons why we're on that pre-op. And to see the initial weight loss there was really exciting. And then to just see it continue after that. You know, you get used to kind of those big numbers in the beginning, and then you're like, oh, I only lost 2 pounds this week. But boy, that really adds up quickly. And I just, you know, I didn't see myself falling in that same trap of losing some weight and then, okay, you know, I give myself a little treat and then try to do it again. It just, I got out of that trap so far, and I'm excited to where I'm at. I mean, I've never been this size, probably ever.
Wow. Well, I mean, you're like the poster child for perfection when it comes to weight loss. And everything that's been said that, well, it's not going to work when you're older, you can't do it as
Absolutely.
fast. You've committed to something. You've in 6 months to your weight loss goal. That is crazy. Now, I understand that you're helping us out with one of the groups you're coordinating. You're on a group
Mhm.
that has to
Yep,
do
I'm
with.
helping moderate the 50 plus group.
Yeah.
And I posted yesterday that I would be on here this morning because I'm just trying to be a real advocate for anyone that's at a certain age feeling that they're just too old to do this. So number one, you're not too old to do the surgery, and then not too old to enjoy the life after the surgery that you're having. So, you know, I think there's a couple of us that are moderating that. And, you know, we want people to ask questions. We want to share our experiences as well. And let them know that. I mean, I know there's people in their 60s having it done, which is amazing as well. But when I see that question, I just want to, you know, just scream out, yes, don't be afraid to have it. Because I figure hopefully, you know, I've still got at least a good number of years left, and I want to enjoy them, and I want them to be healthy years. And I hope it's a lot more than a few.
Well, definitely it extends life. So basically, once
Absolutely.
you do the surgery, it dramatically not just extends life, which is something obviously everybody wants a longer life, but the quality of life. I mean, you're talking about having these impediments with moving and your knees and trying to now you're paddle boarding and you got to use your knees and your feet there, honey. So you're
Oh,
doing incredible, yeah.
no, absolutely. And when you fall in, you have to get yourself back on that board and stand back up. So I practiced that a few times as well during my learning. So it just being able to pull my body onto a board in the middle of the water is crazy. And I can't imagine having done it with an additional 89 pounds on me. So that was a lot. And hiking in the hills and going up steep hills and getting to the top and, you know, taking a picture up there is just so exciting and stuff that I never would have done. And to be doing it, number one, is exciting, but especially to be doing it at this age.
What's the opinion of your husband? Was he ever scared of you doing this? Was he supportive? How's his surprise
He
now?
was, yeah, he was nervous for about the first 15 minutes when I discussed it with him, but I had already put my deposit down and made the decision. I was more,
Mexico, are you nuts? What do you mean
yeah,
Mexico?
right. So I told him all the research I did. I told him how credentialed you are, having the Joint Commission. My cousin is a nurse, and she said, you know, if they have that, you've got nothing to worry about. So after about the first 15 minutes, he was very supportive. And the good thing is I ended up having a friend do it with me. So we went down together and did the surgery together with you. So it was nice having somebody there, but I would have been fine on my own as well because the team is great. But he's very excited. He still sometimes just looks at me and is just like, wow, like maybe you need to slow down a little bit. But it's exciting. Yeah.
I get husbands calling me up and say, "What did you do?" It's like, I didn't marry her, you married her. I just gave
Yeah.
her help. I mean,
Yeah. I'm the
so
one leading him up the hill now on the hikes. And I was like, come on, don't,
and
you can't slow down.
and one of the things about longevity, it's not just longevity and it's not just quality of life. I get a lot of patients, 50 years and above, that already have this. As I was introducing this segment, we were talking about metabolic disease. And it's interesting that 50% of adults in the US have heart problems now. 50%. When we look at these markers for disease, the most frequent disease is high blood sugar or high blood pressure. And of course, in the healthcare system in the United States and other modern countries, modernized countries, it's really not healthcare, it's disease management. So they're not going to cure your diabetes or they're not going to cure your blood sugar or blood pressure. They're going to control it. So they give you medication to lower it, but it really never gets cured. And slowly but surely, you start increasing your dependence on medications. That's not healthcare. Healthcare is what happened to you. You were kind of healthy, you were not going the right way. Sooner or later, you were going to end up with high blood pressure, high blood sugar, things that were going to lead to then the biggest killers in the world, which are cancer, which are the diabetes that's associated to stroke, to heart attacks. That's 70% of the population dies from these things. But you actually controlled the diseases and reverted them, and now you're in a situation that's called caring for your health. And it's not just the surgery. How has your focus on food changed? Focus on food and lifestyle.
Lifestyle, definitely. I am so much more active, and I think that is huge. My life does not revolve around food and what I'm going to be eating next. It's what activity can I do, and to get out there and enjoy where I live in beautiful Southern California and take advantage of that. And food wise, we still go out and eat, and I just have a very small amount of food. I allow myself to have a little bit of something, and I know when it's time to stop. And it doesn't affect me enjoying life and being out with friends or my family, and just seeing food in a whole new light and making healthier choices and trying healthy things. I mean, during the 2-week pre-op, I found, wow, I love sauteed vegetables, and that's going to fill me up, and it's amazing. And I just embrace that now.
Did your taste buds change a little?
Not really. I haven't experienced that. So, but I do just thoroughly enjoy food in a different way, and the more whole foods and healthy foods, because I just see what it's done for me, and I just don't want to go back to that other stuff. So it's trying to. My husband, not so much. He still likes his treats, but I'm definitely made some big choices in food, and still allowing myself to enjoy life, enjoy friends, and going out, but just making just small choices and always bringing home leftovers. So
yeah, this is there's patients or probable candidates, prospects looking into weight loss surgery and say, well, then you're never going to enjoy food again, or you just are going to live on small little nibbling. That's not the case, right? I mean, you're enjoying food.
absolutely, and it's just portion control. I mean, I think about how I used to eat and the amount of food I would eat, and it's just mind-boggling to me. So I go out now and I'll order a small thing. I'll have a small amount of it, stop and be satisfied. And I think I just don't feel that we need that much food we're eating in one sitting. So I enjoy the meal. I enjoy the company. And that's kind of where I've turned to food to fuel me and still enjoy, but not have my life revolve around the food.
Yeah, that's definitely what we hear across the board. So I'm going to go into a quick question that was posted online, and that question says, "How long will I be in the hospital after the gastric sleeve operation?" And well, why don't you tell us? How long were you in the hospital?
I was in the hospital a total of 24 hours, maybe 23 hours. So I arrived the morning of surgery. I think I was number 2 that morning, having surgery. And we were discharged the next morning, maybe about 5:36 a.m. What was really nice is we were able to go right back to the hotel. We were able to get right back into our hotel rooms. And I felt great. I felt that the one night was plenty of time there, but if we needed, you guys we were able to call, but everybody left. And so 24 hours at most.
Yeah, and usually what we do is we find that our patients are actually shopping the next morning. They're going out and doing the town, and once in a while I'm going to find someone, oh, doctor, I kind of feel a little sore. It's like, well, you overdid it. You walked 10 miles today, etc.
Right.
So yeah, it's a quick recovery. Now, here's another question, probably the last question we have for time for today, but it's definitely one of these questions that we get a lot because people are not just learning about weight loss surgery. They're looking into the future and what the future would bring, and a lot of the questions end up with this one particular. Do most patients need to have plastic surgery after weight loss? And I want to first ask you: have you even considered that? Talked about that? Is that in your? Do you feel that patients are looking into something like this?
I think yes, definitely. So I've noticed with the weight loss and as quickly and almost 90 pounds, there's a few little wiggly areas that I, don't love. And I know that I can only do so much with exercise and toning,
Exactly.
but there's especially the arms, the legs, the things. But I am looking into that absolutely, and I know kind of around the year mark is a good plan. But I think I'm going to do as much as I can on my own. But I know that I'm going to probably just need a little help. But I'd rather have that to deal with than have the obesity and the health issues there. So I do want to look into some options in the next few months, I think.
Well said. Thank you for that, and thank you for sharing that because obviously it does take an investment in this process of sharing because this is something very personal for you, but you're actually helping out all these other people that are looking into weight loss surgery because it's not just the metabolic wellness and the total wellness that you have. It's still the self-image that you want to be comfortable with that body, and totally agree with you. I mean, we've been doing, in fact, I used to do weight loss surgery before, plastic surgery before weight loss surgery many years ago. So what we've known over the years is that patients are going to need at least that type of support because it's not a job just for the weight loss surgery tool. Some things cannot be resolved with a weight loss surgery tool, and patients, just like you described, they look in front of the mirror and they say, I'm happy. Are you extremely happy? Well, I've got this that needs a little work here and there. Well, that's a job for the plastic surgery team. And fortunately for you and everybody that's listening, in October, we're opening our new center, which has 3 times the capacity to do weight loss surgery, but we're going to have a complete floor for post-bariatric plastic surgery, a complete floor for plastic surgery,
That's great.
and we're going to be doing plastic surgery and all the cosmetic injectables, etc., simply because we've got over 100,000 patients following us, and depending on us and the quality of the service that we provide, and they won't go anywhere else. Now, having said that, I've had my team of plastic surgeons for many years now, but they have to work in another facility because we don't fit in this facility. But just like you said, yes, it's something people to they look into it, and 8 months is around the time that we tell them, let's start
Hmm.
getting some uh, documented pictures, having our team review it, our plastic surgery team, because at that time we can kind of calculate how much more weight you're going to need to lose, probably how to prep you for surgery. And it's extremely important to know that our nutrition team, nutrition and metabolic wellness team, will prep you for the surgery. It's extremely important to prep that skin. We're tailoring your skin a new suit to your new body, and definitely the better skin you bring, the better the results. So the nutrition aspect is extremely important. By the way, how was your nutrition supplementation and all that? Did you go to the MPMD line? Did you get a chance to explore the My Progress MD?
Yeah, I did explore that, and I used some of that, and then I've added some additional things just because I have to do iron separately from multi and so forth. So I had to find a few things for me. But yeah, the supplements there are amazing, and I know that they changed in between from when I started to the new name. So I know they disappeared for a little while, but yeah,
Yeah,
I like the clean products, and I think that's really important. Is I still do a protein shake every morning because it's just what allows me to get that in, and I really like. I see so many people drink, a lot of the ones just loaded with stuff, but I like a really nice clean product. I just think I've given myself this body by a lot of hard work, and I want to just keep it nice and clean as possible.
I'm glad you said that
Inside.
because that's our philosophy. That's why we partnered up with My Progress MD, which is a step above what the Vital F line was. And it's really the only products that we could find that are not commercial sports grade stuff. These things are pharmaceutical grade. So if I ask them for their toxic profile, they give me their toxic profile. And every time I've worked with other companies, what I'm trying to do as a company is trying to facilitate the best products for our patients. That's about it. We're not into selling supplements. We're into facilitating the connection between a consumer and the product itself. So what we found is that yes, the grand majority of sports grade commercial products out there, they'll never give you a toxic profile. When you concentrate a protein, you concentrate the toxins. If you do a study on those toxins, you're going to find that there's tons and tons of toxins in a concentrated product that you're drinking. That's why we moved away from using all these commercial products sold in your typical stores. And last but not least, we're using a supplement which is always recommended by the national and international societies, colleges, and academic associations around the world, that a patient that has undergone weight loss surgery should always be supplemented. All right, last but not least, I'm going to leave you with some last thoughts about people that are afraid to get weight loss surgery, and especially if they see no other option than going into Mexico. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, go to Mexico, have it done. Do not wait. I think, oh, if I had done this sooner, how much more life I would have been living in the past few years. But I honestly see people have more issues not having it done in Mexico than having it done in Mexico. It seems that going down to Mexico is just great. It was easy for me, but not only going to Mexico, but choosing the right facility and the right doctor and doing your research on that and looking at the credentials, looking at the, bariatric surgery, um, what's the word I'm like for that? The master bariatric surgeons, the center of excellence, all of that is crucial. And I don't think a lot of the places up here in the US even have those. So I'm just really excited that I did it, and we'll be looking into plastics as well. And do not be afraid to get it done down in Mexico with Dr. Ortiz, and do not be afraid to do it if you're over 50 or over 60. Don't be afraid, because you have a lot of life left to live, and you want to do it as healthy as possible. Is the best
Thank you.
thing I can say.
Thank you, Stacey. It's well said. Well said. My oldest patient is 82 years old, so
Oh,
it's
wonderful.
never, it's never too old to have a better quality of life. So
Yep.
I want to thank you again for sharing all this information with us. Thank you for helping us moderate that group 50 and above. And if you're listening and you're 50 and above, go ahead and join that group. It's a Facebook group, right?
Yes.
What's it called?
Oh,
OCC 50 and above,
I think
something like
it's
that?
OCC support or 50 plus OCC support. I know OCC support's in there and the 50 plus. I apologize. I don't have it right in
No,
front of
no,
me.
no, no
Um,
worries. We'll post it
yeah, you'll be able to find it.
on the description.
Yeah,
And,
but it's a great
and
group with great people that have had the surgery and that are considering having the surgery. So great place for information.
that's awesome. Yeah, and if you're listening on, go ahead and share this with family, friends, and loved ones that are 50 and above, because it's really small little things like this that will give people hope and say, I don't have to live with these chronic diseases and these medications that I have to take for life, and this life, in, let's call them life altering diseases that are going to shorten your life or going to diminish the quality of your life. Small little things like this can lead to a life change, just like the 90 pounds that you lost, that is giving you this new, fresh outlook on life, where your husband is hurrying, trying to catch you in this hiking trip, etc. It's just
Yeah,
life altering, life giving, right?
absolutely. And I love the energy and I love just feeling this way. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Stacey, for being with us. And that's all the time we have for today. Go ahead. Don't forget to follow us, like, share this feed, and keep on watching every Wednesday. This is The Lighter Side with Dr. Ortiz. Till next time.
Thank you.